Ever notice how some brands just feel different? Like they're not selling you a product, they're selling an idea, a whole movement even.
Yeah, it's that storytelling, the power of it. And today we're going deep into how to use that in your business.
Right. Storycraft for disruptors, that's what we're exploring. It's a fascinating way to think about marketing and sales. We've got these excerpts super interesting from the magnetic messaging framework and Storycraft for disruptors to help us navigate this deep dive.
And we're going to figure out why getting the psychology of buying is so important, how that can really change your business, especially when you figure out how to shape those decisions with good stories.
It's not just about a catchy slogan and you're done. It's about the why. Why do people buy?
Exactly. You got to get at those deep beliefs, those things that make us decide.
Just like that American Express campaign, don't leave home without it. They weren't just selling those traveler's checks.
Right. It was peace of mind they were selling.
They totally tapped into that fear, right?
Yeah.
Being stuck, no money in a different country.
And gave a solution really hit you in the feels.
So how do we do that for our stuff? How do we find those core beliefs and shape them with stories?
Think transformation. You're moving your customer, right? From where they are now with a problem to where they want to be, problem solved.
So we got to know where they are in that process.
Exactly. That's where the buyer's belief curve comes in. Inspired by Jeffrey Moore, Crossing the Chasm. It lays out the steps a customer takes, from knowing there's a problem to buying the solution.
Okay, how does that actually work, that belief curve?
Let's say someone's having data security issues. First, they might not even realize, like, passwords, old systems, not enough anymore.
So we make them aware. There's a problem they got to solve.
Then, once they know, next step, right? There's a new, better way. This is where you show them your solution. Like AI biometrics, that's the answer to the data security stuff changing all the time.
Show them why your way is better, tackles those flaws the old way had.
Exactly. And last, you get them to believe your solution, that's what changes their business, not just fixes a problem. You got to paint the picture, no more password headaches, everything's smooth, customers are happy.
So we've got the problem, the solution, showed them the good stuff. But how do we actually get them to choose us, to believe?
3 beliefs. Got to nail them for sales. First, the world's changed, the old ways just don't cut it. Highlight that urgency. They got to adapt.
Like holding on to those old servers when everyone's on the cloud. You'd be left in the dust.
Exactly. Now, second belief, the new approach, that's yours. It's the right one. Show them why.
Got to prove our way is better, efficient, fits this new world.
And lastly, third belief, your solution, it transforms their business. Not just fixing, it's about a whole new level.
Paint that picture. From struggle to real improvement.
You're not selling a product, you're selling a better version of them, their future.
Okay, I'm seeing it. Not just facts and figures, it's a story. Hits them in the feels.
Right. Which brings us to the narrative, the hero's journey. Super powerful stuff.
Oh yeah, the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Heard about this. But how does that fit into selling?
It's how you structure your message, really connect deeper level. The hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, Donald Miller, they nailed it. Your customer, they're the hero.
So not us.
Not this time. They're facing the challenges, and you're the guide leading them to win.
Like the wise mentor, right? Overcoming obstacles, achieving goals, all that.
Think about it. Every great story, there's a hero, a journey, struggles, and they come out changed.
And for our customer, that journey is beating those business challenges.
Right on. First step, world's changed, and that usually throws a problem at the hero.
And that problem has a real impact. Bottom line, goals, everything's affected. And they start searching for that solution, that guide.
And that's you. You're the elixir, the answer, the solution. You get them where they want to be.
We're not just selling something, we're offering a path.
Exactly. And that path, next stage, the plan, you give them the roadmap, show them how it works.
Step by step, how our solution changes their business.
And as they do it, they change too. New skills, strategies, and boom, they're successful.
So we make them the hero, our solution the guide. And that makes it stick, that story.
Absolutely. But remember, every character matters. Hero, guide, villain, champion, even the victims.
Victims. Wait, who are they?
Those who don't adapt, stuck in the old ways, they suffer.
Ah, I see. Shows the cost of doing nothing, makes our solution even more important.
Right on. Now, how do we actually use this hero's journey thing?
This is where we get into crafting the message, making it work for our people.
Exactly. And for that, we've got the magnetic messaging framework.
Sounds interesting. Tell me more about this framework. How does it help us create a message that truly stands out?
It's a practical way to build a message, unique and compelling. Start with those core beliefs. What does your audience think about the world, their problems, and change?
We need to show them the old way versus the new way.
Right. Show them why the old way is failing and how your solution represents the new, better way.
And then we weave it all into a narrative, a story that speaks directly to our audience.
Exactly. And that narrative needs to be clear, concise, and engaging. It needs to grab their attention and make them want to learn more.
Can you give me some real-world examples of companies doing this well?
Sure, Aware.com. Their message is, the world has changed. The old way doesn't work anymore. The new way is intelligent biometrics. We help organizations balance security with a great customer experience.
Wow. Problem, solution, transformation, all in one.
Another great example is Comfort Connect. Their message is, stop selling boxes, start earning lifelong customers by offering the future of home comfort today. And then there's ScribeX with, stop after-hours charting, get an AI-supported healthcare assistant.
They're talking about outcomes, not just features. They're highlighting the transformation.
And notice how they're creating a category unique to them.
Like Apple with Apple Intelligence, not just AI. Or Comfort Connect with comfort ownership.
Exactly. They're offering a whole new way of thinking about the problem and solution.
Okay, storytelling, hero's journey, magnetic messaging framework, we got it. But how do we make sure it really connects with our audience? Emotionally.
Tactical empathy, that's how. Chris Voss never split the difference, he nailed it. It's about understanding their emotions, responding to them, seeing what drives their decisions.
So listening and also understanding what they're really feeling.
Exactly. Active listening, mirroring their language, labeling their emotions, validating their concerns. It's all part of it.
So instead of what's the problem, we say something like, sounds like this is really frustrating for your team. Am I right?
Exactly. You acknowledge them, build that connection, and show you get where they're coming from.
Like we said, people buy based on their own decisions, not what we tell them.
Exactly. And the best way to do that, ask the right questions. Not just about the problem, but the impact. How is it affecting their business, their team, their bottom line?
Makes them think it through. See the value of our solution.
Right. You guide their thinking, not force your ideas.
More genuine, and they're more likely to choose us because it feels like their decision.
Precisely. Speaking of solutions, what about AI? Where does that fit in?
AI, huh? Interesting. How can AI help us tell these compelling stories?
We can actually train AI, stuff like GPT, to be our marketing voice. Pretty cool stuff.
Hold on, train AI to tell our story. How does that even work?
Think of it in layers. First, the foundation, that's large language models like GPT. They've been trained on tons of data, so they get language, they can write like humans.
Like super interns who've read every marketing book ever.
Well, not exactly. The problem is they're often trained on that generic marketing stuff. All buzzwords. No one really pays attention to that.
So like a talented writer who only learned from bad ads.
Pretty much. But that's where the second layer comes in, customization. This is where you upload your magnetic messaging framework, your brand story, your voice, your style, everything.
We're teaching AI to talk like us.
Exactly, giving it context, guidelines, so it makes content that truly represents your brand and connects with your people.
Not just generic stuff, but tailored to our needs.
Exactly. AI can also personalize your messages on a massive scale. Imagine sending custom emails to thousands, each one speaking to their specific interests and pain points.
Wow, that would change everything. Make our marketing so much better.
And it's happening. AI can analyze customer data, find patterns, and group your audience based on demographics, behaviors, preferences, the whole 9 yards.
Right message, right person, right time.
Exactly. More relevant, more engaging, and ultimately more successful marketing.
This is starting to sound less like sci-fi and more like the future.
It is the future, and it's just the beginning. Think about it. AI chatbots answering questions, qualifying leads, even closing deals.
Wow, that's some next level stuff.
It is. And AI can even optimize your campaigns in real time, analyze data, make adjustments to improve your results.
So if AI isn't just about creating content, it's about strategy too.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder. That's the motto. But remember, AI isn't magic.
Can't just throw all our marketing problems at it and expect a miracle.
Not quite. It's powerful, but gotta use it right, ethically too.
Ethically, what do you mean?
Transparency, respect, following data privacy rules, that's all part of it.
We got to be responsible. Think about how AI affects our customers and our brand.
Exactly.
But
Now,
how do we actually build a narrative for a presentation like that? Where do we even start?
those 12 essential conversations of change, remember those? Great framework. Breaks the change process down into 3 parts: problem, solution, plan.
Right, kind of like those other frameworks we talked about, the buyer's belief curve and the hero's journey.
Exactly. It's all connected. They all work together to create this big, cohesive story, guides your audience through the whole change.
Okay, walk me through these 12 conversations. How do they help us make a presentation that really works?
Let's start with the problem. First, their current state, where they are now. Paint the picture. Show them the struggles they're dealing with.
Show them we empathize, we get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then, second conversation, their goals. Where do they want to be? Help them see it, get excited about the possibilities.
Help them see what they could achieve.
Right. Third conversation, the problems, the roadblocks. Help them figure out what's holding them back, why they haven't reached those goals yet.
So they see the value of what we bring.
Exactly. And last, for the problem part, fourth conversation, the world's changed. Gotta acknowledge that.
Show them how things are different now, why the old ways don't cut it anymore.
Right. Gotta create that urgency. They gotta change to survive, to thrive.
Got it. Problem's clear. What about the solution part?
This is where you present yourself as the answer. Fifth conversation, trust. You gotta be credible. Show them you know what you're talking about.
Evidence, data, happy customers, all that.
Exactly. Show them they can believe in you. Then, sixth conversation, define the thing. No beating around the bush. What is it? What does it do? Why should they care?
Straightforward, no jargon.
Yep. Seventh conversation, the before and after. Show them their world now, and then show them how much better it'll be with your solution.
Show them the transformation, the real results.
And lastly, for the solution, eighth conversation, the benefits. Hammer those home.
What will they actually get out of this?
Exactly. Make it clear. Make them feel like they can't live without it.
Okay, we've got the problem, we've got the solution. Now what?
The plan. Ninth conversation, how do we make it happen? Step by step, lay it out.
Actionable stuff, timelines, what resources they'll
You
need.
got it. Then, 10th conversation, being real, setting the right expectations.
Let's be honest, it might not be a walk in the park.
Transparency, setting them up for success. 11th conversation, a story, a customer who already did it successfully.
Show them it's not just talk, it works.
Right. Makes it real. And last but not least, 12th conversation, the call to action.
All right, what are they going to do to get started?
Exactly. Make it easy for them to take that next step.
Wow, these 12 all this
Conversation.
planning, it's got to turn into action.
That's where we get to implementing all this stuff and seeing if it's actually working.
Okay, let's talk implementation. Where do we start?
Your website, that homepage, that's ground zero. It's the first thing people see. Got to be strong. Got to pull them in. Got to match your message.
No more cluttered websites. Too much going on, confusing people. We need that one clear message front and center.
Exactly. Modern homepages, they've got one job, one clear call to action, whatever it is, demo, download, subscribe. Make it obvious what you want them to do.
And mobile, can't forget about that. Everyone's on their phones.
Absolutely. Mobile optimization is huge. And answer all their questions right there on that homepage. What do you do?
Mhm.
What problem do you solve? What makes you different? What's the next step?
Like we're guiding them through that whole belief curve right there on the homepage.
Exactly. And don't skimp on the visuals. Make them strong. Copy that pops. Show your personality. Attract the right people.
Okay, homepage, check. What's next?
Time to revamp those sales materials. Decks, brochures, case studies, the whole shebang. Got to update them, tell the right story, match your new message.
Got to stay consistent, right? Same message everywhere.
You got it. Keep that core message strong no matter where they see it. And don't forget about social media and content marketing. That's where you can really connect with people.
Tell those stories. Show them who you are, what you believe in.
Exactly. Customer stories, behind the scenes, thought leadership. Become the go-to experts in your field.
And video. Can't forget video. It's so powerful.
For sure. Explainer videos, testimonials, live streams. Show them what you're about, what you can do.
So many options. And GPT can help with all that content creation.
Absolutely. Use AI for blog posts, social media, emails, even video scripts, and it'll all be on brand, following your messaging framework.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yep.
Right. But how do we know if all this is actually making a difference?
Gotta measure it. Track those key performance indicators, the KPIs. See if your message is actually moving the needle.
Okay, what are some KPIs we should be watching?
For sales teams, win rate's a big one. How many deals are you closing? That tells you how well your message is turning leads into customers.
What other metrics should we be tracking?
Website stuff, bounce rate, time on page, conversion rates. How engaging is your content? Is it moving people along the funnel?
And lead generation, are we attracting the right people?
Absolutely. And sales metrics, closing rates, deal sizes, how long it takes to close a deal. Is your sales process efficient?
And customer feedback, can't forget that.
Right. Surveys, testimonials, online reviews, it all matters.
Gather data from everywhere, get that complete picture of how your message is impacting your business.
And remember, it's an ongoing thing. Keep track, analyze, make adjustments as you go. Use the data to make your strategy better.
Always be improving.
That's it. Always getting better, making your message stronger, your customers happier. That's the goal.
It's kind of crazy how powerful a good story can be. It's not just about slogans, or those marketing tricks. It's something deeper.
Yeah, it's connecting with those hopes and fears and dreams, making people feel like you get them.
And when you do that, it's more than just selling something. It's building loyalty, trust.
Hmm.
People become your fans.
It's true. People don't just buy a product, they buy into the whole story, the feelings, what it stands for.
So it's not just what we're selling, it's why.
Exactly. It's the impact you want to have.
Brings us back to that big question. What's your story?
The question everyone's got to ask, every business, every leader, what's your message? What change do you want to make?
And how do we use stories to make that happen?
That's the challenge and the opportunity.
We've covered so much, those frameworks, belief curve, hero's journey, magnetic messaging, tactical empathy.
And AI, right. Using that tech to boost our storytelling, really connect with people.
But it all comes down to actually doing it.
Right. Put these ideas to work, see what happens.
Experiment, try things out, figure out what works for you.
Exactly. Every business is different. Every audience is
And
different.
remember, you don't have to do this alone.
There are people who can help. Experts who've been there, done that.
Like our friends at pitchkitchen.com. They're all about this stuff.
They can help you find your story, figure out who you're talking to, build campaigns that really hit home.
Invest in your success, take things to the next level.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just about business, it's about making a difference.
So, ready to unlock the power of stories? Change your business. Don't be afraid to reach out to those experts like pitchkitchen.com. They'll help you get there.
The world needs to hear what you have to say, your perspective, your passion, your vision.
So tell your story. Make a difference. Change the world.
That wraps up our deep dive into Storycraft for Disruptors. Hope you got some good stuff out of this.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep telling those amazing stories.